Hey you guys, this is Julian. You might have figured out during the last week that I'm trying to post every day now. So because the single day project that I started this morning, or well, yesterday evening, didn't quite make it a single day project, it kind of became a double day project. I thought I'm gonna show you this CG character that I was working on the last weeks, and it's more of a behind the scenes look than a how-to tutorial, start to finish tutorial. Then yeah, the whole character itself kind of is based on this illustration I did a while ago. I know it's not very similar, but I always wanted to make kind of a 3D animatable character out of this drawing that has some kind of antennas with these bubbles at the end on its head. But anyway, I wanted to show you a couple things, how I sculpted this character and the different steps that I took and how I took them and why I worked the way I worked. So let's get started. As everything, of course, a head, especially a head, also starts with a sphere. As you know, in Blender there are different kinds of spheres. I usually use an icosphere because it's evenly divided. With a bit of pulling out and pushing in, you do the nose, the chin, the eye holes. Then I made the eyes, the eyeballs separately with separate spheres. The neck I made from a cylinder. The teeth I made by using another ball, squishing it together until it gets kind of like a penny, and then pushing it in more from the sides till it gets this kind of crooked tooth shaped. For the ears, again, I used spheres, and the ears I made separately just because the geometry in the head was kind of like wearing out, so to speak. There wasn't that much geometry anymore left, and if I were to pull out the ears out of the head that I already had, they would become kind of low poly and a bit geometrical, like angled and not so smooth, not so nice. And I made these antennas again from spheres with a lot of sculpting. I elongated them into these sausages and then sculpt it again in the end to make these kind of bobs at the end to form these kind of marbles. Actually, I think maybe in the future I'm gonna make these ends of the antennas clear so that they can look even more kind of like marbles, like glass. Then this chest area, this torso, I formed again from a new piece, from a new sphere, so that I had a lot of material to work with. One thing I was struggling with for a bit was finding out actually how to move both eyes together. It's not that difficult once you know. It's like pretty simple and you're like, why didn't I realize? The trick is you have to just select both eyes together, and then when you go into rotation mode you have to lock to one axis. So if you want them to look side to side, left and right, then you have to lock the Z axis, the upwards axis, and then they turn around the upwards axis and look left, right. And if you want them to look up and down, you have to lock the X. Yeah, I think the X axis, and then they look up and down. And actually, if you lock the Y axis, I don't know why, if you lock the Y axis and mess with the numbers, you get this kind of jiggly, the eyes move in different directions look. I don't know why. I don't know why they don't rotate around the Y axis then. But anyway, so I figured out how to do that. I made these little strings from even more balls that became then this kind of jacket seaming. Duplicated that to the other side and gave it in the top like kind of a diagonal overlap to make it look like one of these uniform jackets or chef jackets. A bit darker blue so that it distinguishes from the blue of the rest of the jacket. And then I formed these kind of roundish big buttons and gave them this nice brass yellow orange color. Sure, in the close future I'm gonna do some animation with this character, because the torso and the neck and the collar and the head and the antennas, the ears, the teeth, the eyeballs are all separate objects. I think you can do some really nice animation with this and let it do some weird stuff. A little character. Thanks for watching, and tomorrow I think there's gonna be a video of a really cool build that you're really gonna enjoy, and I hope I see you tomorrow. I hope you have a look what I'm gonna give you tomorrow, and have fun making. Have a great day. See you!